In today's episode of the Beyond Psychology podcast, we're going to talk about mindset, the psychology of growth, and how it shapes our lives. Every challenge you face, every setback you endure, and every success you achieve is shaped by a simple yet profound belief. Whether you think your qualities are carved in stone or capable of growth through dedication and effort. This is not just a matter of optimism or positive thinking, it's about the fundamental lens through which you view yourself and the world around you. What if I told you that this single belief could determine whether you become the person you want to be and accomplish the things you value? Welcome to our exploration of mindset, the psychology of how our beliefs about ourselves shape everything we do. I'm here to share insights from Dr. Carol Dweck's groundbreaking research that has transformed our understanding of success and potential. Dweck identifies two fundamental mindsets that govern our lives: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. The fixed mindset assumes our qualities are static. We have a certain amount of intelligence, talent, or character, and that's that. The growth mindset, however, is based on the belief that our basic qualities can be cultivated through effort, strategies, and help from others. Today, we'll discover how these mindsets influence our approach to challenges, obstacles, effort, criticism, and the success of others, and most importantly, how understanding them can transform your life. When Dweck was a young researcher, she observed something remarkable while studying how children cope with difficult problems. Some children gave up quickly when they encountered challenging puzzles, but others had a completely different reaction. One 10-year-old boy pulled up his chair, rubbed his hands together, and exclaimed, "I love a challenge." Another said, "I was hoping this would be informative." What explained this difference? These children weren't just coping with difficulty, they were thriving on it. They saw challenging puzzles not as a test of their fixed abilities, but as opportunities to learn and grow. This is the essence of the growth mindset. It's not about immediate perfection or proving yourself. It's about stretching yourself to learn something new. It's about believing that abilities can be developed. As Dweck explains, the passion for stretching yourself and sticking to it, even or especially when it's not going well, is the hallmark of the growth mindset. Consider how we think about intelligence. In the fixed mindset, intelligence is a static trait. You have a certain amount, and that's that. This leads to a constant need to prove yourself, to show that you're smart enough. In contrast, the growth mindset views intelligence as something that can be developed through dedication and hard work. This perspective values learning over looking smart. In one revealing study, Dweck offered 4-year-olds a choice. They could redo an easy jigsaw puzzle or try a harder one. Children with the fixed mindset stuck with the safe one. As they told researchers, smart kids don't make mistakes. But children with the growth mindset chose harder puzzles. For them, the opportunity to learn was more enticing than the sure success of the familiar puzzle. One little girl even exclaimed, "I'm dying to figure them out." This same pattern continues throughout our lives. Those with fixed mindsets avoid challenges that might reveal inadequacies. Those with growth mindsets embrace challenges as opportunities to stretch and grow. The fixed mindset creates a tyranny of now. Every situation calls for immediate proof of your intelligence, personality, or character. Every situation raises the questions: will I succeed or fail? Will I look smart or dumb? Will I be accepted or rejected? In this mindset, effort becomes suspect. If you have to work hard at something, it means you're not naturally good at it. Effort is for those who don't have ability. I once caught myself thinking this way. Passing the psychology building late one night, I noticed lights on in my colleagues' offices. They were working late. My immediate thought was, they must not be as smart as I am. It never occurred to me that they might be just as intelligent but more hardworking. In the growth mindset, however, effort is the path to mastery. As Dweck puts it, becoming is better than being. The fixed mindset doesn't allow people the luxury of becoming, they must already be. How do you respond to failure? Your answer reveals your mindset. In the fixed mindset, failure is devastating because it defines you. If success means you're smart, then failure means you're dumb. That's why people with fixed mindsets often avoid challenges. The risk of failure threatens their very identity. Bernard Loiseau, one of the top chefs in the world, took his own life when he thought he might lose one of his restaurant's 3 Michelin stars. For him, this potential failure wasn't just a setback, it was a definition of his worth. In contrast, those with growth mindsets see failure as painful but not defining. They view it as a problem to be faced, dealt with, and learned from, a springboard for growth. Michael Jordan embraced this perspective. He said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." Perhaps no aspect of mindset is more crucial than how we view effort. In the fixed mindset, effort is threatening. If you have to work hard, it means you lack natural talent. We see this in studies of college students facing challenging material. Those with fixed mindsets often withdraw when the work gets difficult. "The harder it gets," reported one student, "the more I have to force myself to study. I was excited about the subject before, but now every time I think about it, I get a bad feeling in my stomach." But students with a growth mindset maintain their interest precisely when the material becomes challenging. "It's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be," one said, "but it's what I want to do, so that only makes me more determined." This different approach to effort explains why some people achieve their potential while others don't. It's not about having unlimited willpower or never feeling discouraged. It's about viewing effort as the path to growth rather than a sign of inadequacy. Mindsets don't just affect achievement, they transform our relationships too. In the fixed mindset, a relationship is about instant compatibility. Partners are expected to read each other's minds, and problems suggest character flaws or a mismatch that can't be overcome. One revealing study asked people how they would respond to a relationship setback. Those with fixed mindsets typically sought revenge or planned to end the relationship. They saw rejection as judgment of their worth. Those with growth mindsets, however, focused on understanding, forgiving, and moving on. They saw the same painful experiences as opportunities to learn and develop better relationships. Relationship expert John Gottman confirms this insight when he says, "Every marriage demands an effort to keep it on the right track. There is a constant tension between the forces that hold you together and those that can tear you apart." The growth mindset recognizes that relationships require work, not because something is wrong, but because that's how relationships deepen and thrive. In the business world, mindsets determine whether organizations stagnate or innovate. Consider Enron, once hailed as the corporate poster child. According to business writer Malcolm Gladwell, Enron was obsessed with talent. They believed in natural ability and considered themselves the smartest guys in the room. This fixed mindset created a culture where employees had to appear brilliant and flawless at all times. When problems arose, they couldn't admit mistakes or ask for help. The result? A spectacular collapse. Contrast this with the approach of Jim Collins' good to great companies. Their leaders weren't charismatic egotists, but humble individuals who confronted brutal facts while maintaining faith in ultimate success. They created growth-minded organizations where people could admit mistakes, collaborate, and develop. As Collins discovered, Level 5 leaders, those who build enduring greatness, combine personal humility with intense professional will. They're more interested in building great companies than in being seen as great themselves. Parents and teachers are powerful shapers of mindsets. Unfortunately, many well-intentioned practices can foster a fixed mindset in children. One common mistake is praising intelligence or talent rather than process and effort. In Dweck's research, children praised for being smart became risk-averse and less resilient. After encountering difficulty, they displayed less persistence, less enjoyment, and worse performance. Instead, we should praise effort, strategy, focus, and improvement. You really studied for that test, and your improvement shows it. I like how you tried different strategies until you found one that worked. This approach helps children develop resilience and a love of learning. It teaches them that their abilities can grow with dedication and work. Marva Collins, the renowned educator who transformed rejected students into scholars, exemplified this approach. She told her students, "I know most of you can't spell your name. You don't know the alphabet, you don't know how to read. I promise you that you will. None of you has ever failed. School may have failed you. Well, goodbye to failure, children. Welcome to success." If you recognize a fixed mindset in yourself, take heart. Mindsets can be changed. The first step is awareness. Learn to recognize when your fixed mindset persona appears. Perhaps when you face criticism, meet someone more talented than you, or encounter a significant setback. Then work to reframe these triggers. When you face a challenge, don't hear it as "you'll be judged," but as "you can learn." When you encounter obstacles, don't hear "give up," "you lack the ability," but use different strategies and persist. Remember that your fixed mindset persona was born to protect you, but now you need to educate it in growth-oriented ways, teaching it that challenge, struggle, and effort are the paths to becoming the person you want to be. Every day presents opportunities for growth, for yourself and those around you. Each challenge offers a choice. Will you see it as a test of fixed abilities or an invitation to develop? The growth mindset doesn't eliminate difficulty or guarantee success. What it offers is something more valuable: the conviction that your qualities are not carved in stone, that the hand you're dealt is just the starting point. As Dweck says, becoming is better than being. You can choose to view your life as a journey of becoming, embracing challenges, persisting through obstacles, learning from criticism, and finding inspiration in the success of others. This journey isn't always easy. You'll still encounter setbacks and feel doubt. But with a growth mindset, these moments become opportunities rather than definitions. So, I invite you, make the growth mindset your own. See your potential as something to be cultivated over time through dedication and effort. Because in the end, the view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life and determines whether you accomplish the things you value. Remember, it's not about being perfect now. It's about growing into the person you want to become. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.